Up next on Wings to Adventure, custom-built hobby lobbies, backyard hangars that house all your toys. Don't miss this. They're a pilot's paradise, flying communities where aviation lovers can actually live with their airplanes. A beautiful home and a big hangar either connected or just a few feet away. At hundreds of air parks across the country, pilots can simply go out to their hangar, start up their plane, and taxi right out to the runway.
You know, it's not much different than living anywhere else, other than the fact that you can just taxi your airplane out down the street and go flying. You know?
For pilots, living in an air park is the ultimate way to pursue their passion every day.
Some people like flying, some people like going boating or whatever. I like coming out in the shop and taking on the challenge.
Chris Kirshner's passion is restoring airplanes. He's completed more than a dozen and is now tackling a P-40 Warhawk, right in his own backyard.
When you're working on a restoration, it's totally, for myself, being a one-man shop, it's totally a labor of love. To come out here every day, 7:30 in the morning and leave at 5:30 at night, and then come back out after dinner and walk around, think about what I got to do tomorrow. Because I think the biggest thing about the Warbirds is that it is a challenge. As you look at a project as an example of coming in here like this, but going out like this, that's what it's all about.
And when Chris or any other pilot runs into a jam, there's always a neighbor, or two, or four, right around the corner, ready to help.
What's nice about it is that everyone is the same interest when you're working on an aircraft, and there's so much knowledge here that if something electronics or fabric work or metal work or engine work, someone's always around to help you.
At many air parks, pilots can have their hangars custom built to meet their needs. Some keep their cars in with the plane or have their own workshop on site. Just like the convenience of being able to fly whenever they want, working on their projects whenever they want is another huge attraction to living in a flying community. Here, neighbors don't bat an eye when they hear the power tools fire up next door.
Building a kit airplane and being able just to walk out of your kitchen into the hangar to start work is fantastic. And then if you want to take a break, go and get a cup of coffee, you know, it's 20 steps instead of a 20-mile drive or whatever. Plus, you know, having a hangar is just so phenomenal as far as maintaining your aircraft. You know, I spent 22 years in Alaska keeping an airplane outside, and it's just a whole different world. You know, it's hard on equipment, especially in the winter months. You know, it's just takes so much effort to get ready to fly. Here you open the door, taxi out, and away you go.
I always wanted my own hangar and a place to maintain my aircraft. And I had years and years worked in the open Tamiami Airport in the Miami area, and it's so much nicer to have your own facilities to maintain your airplane with all the tools, and you don't have to bring in the extension cords and the air hoses and so forth, and everything's right there available to you. Close the door and you go in the house for the next day.
You get in the car and to go do something at the airport, and as soon as you get to the hangar, you realize the tool you need is back in the garage at home, and vice versa sometimes. So having my own hangar right next to the house where I can just go out and work on everything is just great. And not only that, I think a big part of it is the people. It's just a wonderful place to live because everybody has a common interest, and you open your hangar door and the next thing you know there's four people leaning in there talking to airplanes, and you know, what could be better than that?
For thousands of pilots across the country living in flying communities, not much.